Alright, this is fresh. I haven't seen any of this before, so it's not like I watched this and then we're doing this commentary and just going straight into it. I think I have a good memory of the game. I don't think it's perfect. Steve Fields is their center fielder, is the bearded guy. Very good player for them. One of the stalwarts on their team historically. Hits the all fields, so he's tough. Good line drive single there. Takes two. You know, that's on me, I guess. I don't know. Steve has pop, though. I mean, I've seen Steve hit it out, so, um, you know. This guy, the first time we played him, played shortstop. I forget what this guy's name is. Good player. You know, he pulls this rink-eating bullshit. I kind of knew he was going to do this, so I was very mad at myself. He pulled the swinging bunt against us to give them the lead in the first game, and he hit left-handed. And he hit the third. I don't know. I can't tell where Tom's throwing these balls with this angle, so I don't know how Tom's pitching them. He should have just busted him in, but he goes oppo. I should have played him in. I knew he was gonna fucking do that. That pissed me off. I threw third there. That guy's fast as shit. I knew what he was getting to out of that, so I just didn't want that guy to score. So I'm happy with that decision. If I hit cut and we try to get him at two, then Steve probably tries to score. I have no idea who this guy is. I don't even think this guy was good. Okay, as proven by that. I don't think that was, and we're going to find out more. It's a freaking hour and 20 minutes, but I don't think that guy was good, and I don't think their third baseman was good. This is their shortstop, Corey. Corey's a very good player. I've seen him play for them last year, but I've also seen him play in another tournament. He's a very good fielder. He's a very good hitter. But here's philosophically where I disagree with Tom and Wage, which is like, walk their best player, like, or be super careful with their best player. Fuck it, man. Like, what did BK and Wage do in the game? Yesterday for us, like, they got outs, like, good hitters. Like, those guys were hitting 800 combined. Or like, Wage was hitting 818 his last 6 or 7 games. So I kind of like more of a no fear mentality, but walks the bases loaded. Then this guy hits one down the line that I make a nice catch on. He tags for okay. That was a good play by us. And that guy was pissed. So that guy is Jason Garrison, I believe. Danielle, their catcher, is Danielle Knox, but her maiden name is Garrison, so that's her brother. He obviously loomed large later in the game, but that was a good play by me, and then a good throw in. Hit up the middle, gets through JR. That's tough. I don't know what could be done there. I guess that was their third baseman. That is what it is. So, Butch K is up right now. Butch is a guy that I know very, very well. I played flag football with Butch. I probably played 100 flag football games with Butch. So, I played softball with Butch before as well, on his team, not just against him. He's just gonna hit a low line drive single anywhere on the field is what he does basically all the time. And there you go. That's just Butch, and Butch doesn't have bad speed. Given his age, Butch is like 50 now. But in his day, Butch is a freaking unreal athlete, and he's still a really good athlete, even still. But he can turn his speed up in spots. But for those types of things, he's not going to run hard. He's not going to try to stretch anything to a double. This is their girl, or one of their girls. I don't know who this is. I'm sure she's on the team. I don't know what her name is. She was solid, but I don't think she was anything special, quite honestly. I don't remember what she does here. Oh, she hits it down the line. Oh, it wasn't a girl. It was Mark DePrinzio. That's hilarious. Oh my god. I couldn't make it out. This is the girl. That's hilarious. That's so bad. My bad, Mark. DiPrinzio had a pretty good game too. He hurt us. He didn't kill us, but. And then she grounds out to Tom. Okay, inning over. But they got 4. Um, it's not a great start, really. You don't want to start the game like that. You're down 4-0. Four in some ways is like, oh, it's not that much. It's a lot. You score 4 runs every inning. It's 20 runs in the game. Like, that's a lot of runs. Granted, that's not typically how a softball game goes. You typically, it's lumpy, and you have those really big, crooked number innings. Your 8, 7, 8, 9 run innings, or happen every once in a while. Unfortunately, it happened to us in the 7th, but that is what it is. So now we got Ken Mathers warming up here. All right, so we're down 4-0 at this spot. Got the. This is one of the strongest lineups we've fielded in a while. Because we have Tim there for this game too. So. All right, Tom Macaluso leading off. First pitch, take. Does Tom walk here? I forget. He does. So Tom walks. Wage is up. So I think Wage takes a pitch or two, but then he swings at a ball that's like a foot off the ground. I mean, it is higher than that, but yeah, he takes that. Yeah, look at how low that is, dude. And that had weird spin, and Corey wanted nothing to do with that. That was a bad play by Corey. I think that's just a straight-up error. I wanted to give Wage a hit because of the spin, but he just Olayed the shit out of that ball. And good job, good base running by Tom because he scores. So right there, it's a walk and an error, and now it's 4-1. So, I guess kind of defeating the myth of Cedar Hollow being this, like, perfect team that doesn't make mistakes. Like, that's mistake baseball. Softball, sorry. Like, you walk and then an error, and now, they get a run and no outs. So now you got BK up. And this is the first time BK faces Ken Mathers. Everyone's like, it's gone. Ball wasn't carrying. That was a really good catch by Mark DiPrinzio. Going back on it. Good job by Wage. That's good base running right there. So we don't have a hit, and we have 2 runs at this point. So that's really good. It's not really good to not have a hit, but it's good that we're manufacturing off of not a whole lot. And it's shitty that he caught that, but good catch by Mark. I hit it right back to Ken. Just trash. I hated that at bat. So here's the thing with Ken. This is my take on Ken. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Ken's first pitch is his pitch. The first pitch he throws you is the pitch that he wants you to swing at. And it's going to be borderline, but he's trying to throw a good pitch for him. And you're either gonna beat him on it or you're not. But it's Tim, great by Tim. Tim just beats that out, just pure speed. At single, just a routine single, he turns into a double. It's a great play by Tim right there. So Ken is the first pitch is his pitch, and then if it's, you're either going to put it in play, and it's, a lot of times it's going to be an out, and if it's not, it's a hit. But or if you don't take that and it's a ball, then he's going to throw. When he gets behind the count, he's going to throw something that he thinks you want. But it's a compromise. Nice job by Mance, and then that scores Tim. So we're 4-3 right now. So good job, Mance. Good base. That's good base running. Like, you got to give us an A for base running in this inning. Now we got Sean up. So it's going to go his pitch, and then if it's a ball, or if it's a strike, let's say, you take it and it's a strike. Now he's got you 1-2. Sean beats it. I say safe, but in this commentary thing, I can't slow it down. He's going to throw 2 balls, and then he's going to be 3-2, and then he's going to come back and throw you a strike. But I think for Ken, is his pitch actually a strike or not? And then that sets up the whole at bat. But you have to remember that first pitch that he's throwing you is what he wants to throw you. So if it's not if it's not perfect, I don't know. But you also have to know what he wants. He knows everyone on our team at this point. He remembers stuff. He knows that I'm Deadpool. He talked to me about it in the parking lot after the game. He's like, "Oh, you're making a liar out of me, hitting up the middle." So he has an approach, and you have to know how what he wants to do with you, and are you ready to counter that? Caroline hobbling right there. Is she all right? Jeez. It looks like, I guess Ken's up, yeah, because it's Ken and then Danielle, and that's the order, and then you're back to top. I think Ken hits this right at me. I think it's a line drive that he hits right at me, if I recall. Right. Yeah, that's what happened there. Alright, so Danielle's up. Danielle Deadpool. I played in a tournament with her. In this tournament, neither one of us got a hit. We combined for 0 for 20 on the day. First of all, Danielle is a very nice person. Sweetheart of a lady. She's a Deadpool hitter. So she's only going to hit between the shortstop and the third baseman. She has the potential to run into one. But that's where it's going to be. And that's it. Like, she's going to hit to 15% of the field, and the other 85% you don't need to worry about. I mean, you could almost play the second baseman over. So she strikes out there. Good job by Tom. And then we're back to Steve again. I think he goes Oppo here. Yep. JR tries, but not enough, buddy. Good job by Sean getting that in. So here's the other thing with their team. They don't hit a lot of balls up the middle. They really hit to either hitting to left field or right field. And you don't want to overplay that too much, but that seems to be the trend. So this guy's a switch hitter. I wouldn't even say this guy's a switch hitter. He hits lefty to pull the, swinging bunt bullshit. And then he goes, I guess that fell in there. Not caught. Second and third. So right now those guys are 4 for 4 against us. They're top 2 guys. And then we got this guy. I don't think that this guy did anything. I don't know who this guy is. Okay, he hits it hard at first. Tim does a good job. Puts it in. Tom's mad he didn't hit the cut. Who cares, Tom? He was safe by freaking 20 feet. What was he gonna shoot it from a gun? Like, guy couldn't have been more safe. Like, he was like touching home as the ball was coming. What were you gonna do? Get in a time machine and like, hand the ball to Sarah? Okay. Not a great throw by Wade. That's an error right there. I don't want to be overly critical. As Wage's error, I think Jackie, again, I'm just going straight through, so I'm not replaying this. I think she could have probably given it a little bit more effort to get off the bag there. Wouldn't have changed anything, but we wouldn't be second and third. We'd be first and second. And then what does this guy do? Oh, he hits that way foul. He hit that way foul. Like, I was like mad that guy didn't catch it, I think. And then I'm like, here you go. Here's the ball. Dude, they pounded me in left field. I think against Johnson Matthew, I caught one ball. In our last game, I caught one ball. I caught like 7 or 8 in this game. Caught. All right, that dude's... He's 0 for 2 right now. I thought he had a better game than he did. I mean, he made that catch later. That was freaking huge, but... Alright, so... I forgot about that. Here's the thing about this, is you're like, do you need warm-up pitches? Like, are you serious? Like, it should be one warm-up pitch. That's it. Ken does a good job with pace.
All right, JR.
He does annoying shit on the mound. JR.
Nice, JR.
Hit. Good job, JR. JR over here lumbering around the goddamn bases. Guy. Yeah, it's courtesy run. I mean, JR's legs, like the way he runs, his legs look like they're made of fucking wood, dude. Like, it's like his quads and hamstrings are freaking, holy shit. That's a rubber band. Well, wait a snap. Sarah beating the ball to Ken. Got it. Out. Theron on second. Jackie up at the plate. Christian on deck. I don't remember what Jackie does here. That's pretty well struck, quite honestly. It's hard. It's really hard being a female in this league. Because you don't have to play the whole field. You don't. Like, you know that nobody's going to hit it out. And there's a potential for them to hit it over your head, but you can mitigate that entirely if you want. Christian lines out the Deprinzia. Inning over. Oh, foul ball. Yeah. You really can't see on this. Oh yeah, then they're like, straighten out, Christian. I remember that. I can't hear anything either as I'm doing this commentary. I can't hear what other people are saying, so this is just strictly off of what I'm looking at. But that's what I'm talking about. So Ken has you. He's got you 1-2 now. So that wasn't a strike. Like, he's not gonna. If he gets you 1-2, like, he's not giving you anything. And then nice play by the shortstop. Got him. He got him. Corey's good. I mean, Corey's a good player. But that was bang bang, and I would like to slow that down too. So we got hit on Sean on a bang bang, and then Christian, and you're a step, a half a step, and those innings are still going, and you're back at the top of the order. Who knows? But no runs scored there for the Thunder Buddies. Like, how many warm-up pitches does Tom take? Everyone knows I get on Brew, and I find I'm like, oh, fucking Brew, man. Brew works quick. Like, he's just get the ball throw, and I appreciate that about Brew. Do I appreciate when he freaking walks for people and gets shelled? No, I don't appreciate that at all. This is the guys playing third base for them. They have a young guy who played D3 baseball, who we haven't seen yet, but I've seen him at other games. He's a pretty big guy. I don't know. He's probably like 6'2", 210, 215, 220 maybe. I don't know. And he's good. So what does this guy do? He flies out. So I think this guy's 1 for 2 now. And I have no idea who this guy is. He's just like a fill-in bullshit player. I mean, he's probably not even on their roster. He's probably not even on their 36-person roster. They just freaking pulled this guy out of thin air. So Butch is up again. I don't think Butch got out. I think he was either 4 for 4 or 5 for 5. I don't know how many at-bats everyone got. He was at least 4 for 4. What does he do here? And Butch is patient, dude. This is what happens when you played 1,000 freaking softball games in your life. Just, you know, and just super confident. Like, he's looking for something, doesn't care. He'll take a strike. He'll make you pitch. Hits it at JR, and JR doesn't, and Butch is just freaking, yeah, Butch is done, dude. His hamstrings are free. I've seen him pull his hamstring like 3 times, so Butch can't run anymore. Who am I kidding? Because if JR gets up and rallies off of that, he could have threw him out. But it is what it is. That was an example of JR getting battered. He took that one right off the chest. So now we got the Prinzio up. Another hit. 2 for 2. Here's what I think. Butch has pop. Like, Butch is a strong guy. He works out. Like, he's a good athlete. He's not a small guy. Like, Butch could hit a ball over your head. Butch can't hit one out. I know that definitively, but you can't. The problem with Butch is if, like, you played him too shallow to try to take away his bullshit, he could pop one over your head, and then that's problematic. I don't know if the Prinzio can, dude. I don't know how old DePrinzio is. I estimate between 45 and 50, 51. But does he still have the juice? I mean, he's in good shape, like, relatively speaking. But I guess you can always run into one. I don't know. I would love to play DePrinzio in and just sell out on this freaking bullshit line drives. Or have the potential to make a force play. Nice play by Wage there. Play you gotta make. Probably could have, I don't know. Could have probably double play. Gets the lead runner. I think Ken hurts us here. And he gets one to land Oppo. And that scores 2, right? Or I think 1, 2, 2. Or 1, sorry. The runner on second, just 1. So Danielle's up. I don't remember what she does. I think she gets 1 hit in this game, but I don't remember. And I think this is it if she does get a hit. No, nice play by Wage. And that lady falls down. So that lady falls down there and then takes out BK later in the game. So that lady was all over. Was she drunk? Like, she was all over the place. Good inning from Wage defensively there. Pretty clean inning. And now they're talking to that woman. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, she's fine. She fell. Okay, barely. Like, almost, she's just made of glass. Like, she's wearing knee braces like Jeremiah, so maybe she is. But we'll see. All right, now we're going back to, like, let's just play ball at this point. Like, waiting around for, does Ken need, how many warm-up pitches does Ken need here? The guy's thrown a million pitches in his life. Takes two. So Ken played a lot of modified, and what modified is you can throw, like, you can't do a windmill, but you can throw it hard underhand, or like slow pitch, high arc. So sometimes he ends his warm-up sessions with like a hard modified pitch. Right, there's the Tom. First pitch, right at Bush. Bush is like easy play, can of corn. They're playing you deep, Tom. I don't know if you knew that. And that's the thing everyone needs to be mindful of is they play a very deep outfield, and you can bleed them out with on backline drives. Like, you actually, they're actually most vulnerable to if you can consistently, like, you look the part but you're not doing it. Wage, can of corn to the center fielder. So 2 outs right now. BK up. I think this is when BK runs into the woman. I think we have a big 2-out rally here. Dude, she falls, and then the next play she gets run into. Yeah, BK tries to go oppo twice. Because he does that again. It basically did the same effect. Alright, let's go. Right at the camera. Done. Video over. Eric Solomon dead. Camera broken.
Trouble.
Yeah, this one falls. And then, I mean, BK's fault. That was the widest. He ran into her. I would say that was BK's fault. They give him interference, but again, I can't replay that. Just looking at it once, he legitimately just ran into her back, like he wasn't paying attention to anything. So, and then I get a bullshit hit too. So that was a bullshit hit from BK because he's just a bloop job, and BK's the strongest dude on the team, most powerful hitter on the team. That's not what he's trying to do.
Way to see it in.
I end up with a bloop hit here. I get him 3-1. And that was foul. And then I'm 3-2. And then I hit one, I think I hit one to right field that the guy that I think isn't good doesn't catch. And then I end up on second, I think, is what happens. Yeah, because look at how deep they're playing. He tries to make a diving catch, he doesn't. Butch throws it in, I'm safe. BK scores. But they're playing so deep. Like, that's the thing is, we hit a lot into that, and especially the top of the order hit a lot of deep fly balls, and because they're playing you deepish, they want you to do that. Like, they want you to, and that's part of what Ken's doing. Like, if he's throwing you a pitch that you want to hit, he's like, you're not gonna hit it out, and you're just gonna hit into our freaking playing at the warning track outfield, and it's gonna be an out. And like, yeah, it looked cool when you hit it, but you know, the name of the game against Cedar Hollow is topspin and low line drives. Hard ground balls. Tim with a hard ground ball there. Oh, man. Yeah, and then we're just 2-out rally in here. We got a big 2-out rally, which we hadn't had like all year. And I couldn't remember the last time we had a big 2-out rally against Cedar Hollow. But we need to hit more ground balls against this team if we're playing on, I mean, either field, if we play them on field C, but I know the next game's on field B. And it's just too much. He's going to give you, that's part of the game, is like he's going to give you something that you like too when he's behind. And he's just going to be like, you're not going to hit it out. And this is to the big bats. Like, he doesn't know what to do with Mance. And then that guy doesn't make the play. But that's a hard hit ground ball. Like, that's a tough play. I mean, the guy's playing in freaking right field. Like, the field, it was 95 degrees all day. That freaking field is concrete. And, Theron on the courtesy run here. Sean with a good line drive. Theron should have been out, but then scores. That was a big play. I think that was the third baseman just not being good. Like, I don't have the luxury of replay on these. We're slowing it down, but it seemed like that throw was okay enough, and he just blew that tag terribly because Theron was out by 2 steps. That was where good fortune helped us. JR, tomahawk. I think that's foul. I think that's super foul. What did he do here? Did Jared have a better day at the plate than I thought he did? He definitely keeps this thing rolling. Forgot about that. Then I told him to apologize to Danielle. That was so bad. That was horrific. That was so high, too. Good job by JR. Keep throwing it out. I mean, Ken knows where JR wants the ball. He's going to throw him high. And the thing with Ken, and nice play by Sean, sliding in there. And then JR taking the extra back. So that's another bad play by them. That was silly. Like, they hit cut, you keep JR in first. We already used our courtesy runner. So that hurt them. What is Sarah doing? I think Sarah gets a hit. Is this where the second baseman throws it away? That happens at some point. But again, they're not a flawless team. Like, they do make mistakes. Out. Okay. Another good play by the shortstop. Alright. But that was a big answer for us. Look at Tim's try popping. You got Tim Redden's tricep popping, you know. JR's just dying. Look at this guy. He's like, somebody get my glove. Like, the guy had to run. The guy ran 60 yards, okay? And he's done. He's done. He's hot out, guys. I don't like the heat. You guys' hands over his head. Guy allegedly goes to the gym 3 times a week. Again, allegedly, because I ain't seeing that right now. Or if by going to the gym it means I was gonna say sits in the sauna, but that's actually like passive cardio. Because if you sit in the sun at like temperatures like 140 and up, you'll probably get your heart rate up into like close to 120, which is steady state cardio for most people. So he's probably not even doing that. He's like sitting in a hot tub or something and just atrophying, and not going to the classes that he says he goes to, or he's dogging in those classes. All right, Steve's up at JR, and JR just gets blown up by that, just absolutely blown up. Tim comes in, out. Nice play, Tim. Out, you're out, buddy. Ah, yeah, you're out. Steve, why don't you feel? I'm like, you're tricking me. I'm like, I remember that being out. And Butch is like, what are you doing? You're Butch stupid. Could that have been fielded by JR? Again, I don't have the luxury of replay. Like, he got destroyed by that ball, and I mean, it was hit firmly. He made it seem like it was freaking an exit velo, like 160. So I don't know. And then he popped that over our heads. I didn't think he was good for that. This dude's fast as shit. Farron throws it in. He would have been out at home. That dude's a spark plug, though. I mean, look at the way the guy's looking to score, and then he head first dives back into third. That guy's 3 for 3 right now. So they're 1 and 2 right now, are 6 for 6. Because Steve gets a hit for that, but he just got thrown out at second. So technically, Tom hasn't gotten these guys out yet. And then this guy comes up. I don't know why this guy's hitting third. I don't understand it. I think this guy sucks. I think he gets a single up the middle here, though. And then this is coming at the camera. Unbelievable play by Eric Solomon right there. Unbelievable play. You can't see it, but he picks the camera up and then backpedals. Honestly, play of the year. Play of the year. Eric saved himself on the camera. Most importantly, himself. But nah, Eric would have been fine. It wasn't that hard. But the camera definitely would have broken if they hit it. So, thank you, Eric. I think he just hits like a bullshit ground ball up the middle here. I think he just like reaches down and hits a bullshit ground. I remember this dude doing that once. Yep, that pissed me off at the time. I was like, are you kidding me? Because that's not a ball. Like, he's lucky. He's lucky that wasn't an out. Like, he's lucky that wasn't an out. That's not what he wanted to do with that. I don't care what. Like, this is slow pitch softball. Like, you're facing freaking, Zach Wheeler, and you fight one off and do that. I believe it. Okay, yeah, you just survive. This is a freaking underhanded 20 mile, if that, 15 mile an hour ball. Like, that's pathetic. And then Corey hits one at Wage. He catches, tries to double this guy off. Almost does. If he freaking fired it, he could have. But Wage did the right thing there, because neither Jackie nor that guy was ready. He was going to throw it off his dome. And then it would have, or Jackie misses it, and the guy's standing on third. So he did the right thing. And then I think this guy pops one over my head here. No. Up. Wage wishes he had that one back. So I would say I thought this guy was way better. I believe his name's Jason Garrison. I thought he was way better. Game than what he had. His next at bat, he pops one over my head. But technically, he's 0 for 3. Then this guy, JR. Yeah, dude, the third baseman sucked. He was bad for them. Like, and he was a sub guy. Like, that's a guy that they'll swap him out for somebody else. And that's the chatter after the game. It's like, oh, I heard them talking, and like, that's not their full team. And it's like, okay, cool, man. But like, Butch K went 4 for 4, and the little dude who's inconsistent, as far as coming in attendance, like, that guy was perfect. And so you're just gonna swap out, like, from a production standpoint, you can only you can only do so much. So, DePrinzio had a great game. Like, okay, so they bring in a different left fielder. Was he going to go 5 for 5? Like, and DePrinzio makes a catch on the run? Like, come on. What are you talking about here? So, they can bring in, quote, better players. But I don't think they're going to play better than what they did. Again. And it was there for us to have it. So, and I know they have a better third baseman. I know that young guy's a lot better, and he can hit, and he has power, and he's a much better fielder. But we'll see. Jackie? Yeah, this is the ball he throws away. Stupid. She was safe by Miles, dumb. That's dumb. This is something we do all the time. But that's that. Like, that guy plays hard, and he's super competitive, and you're going to make mistakes. So this is Ken's introduction to Theron. Up to this point in the year, Theron barreled one ball in the last game against Johnson Matthey. He kind of figured it out, and then Theron has no idea, or Ken has no idea what to expect. He's a sub who's hitting the bottom of the order, and Huapa crushed. One hops the fence. Theron's freaking flying around the bags. Would have been out at the plate, but great triple, legit triple. Ken's like, what the fuck was that? Where was that coming from? Yeah, dude, just called a trick up our sleeve. Probably should have played him 7 innings. Didn't. Definitely should have played him 7 innings. Probably. Tom Macaluso, runner on third. Sack fly, I think. Tom doesn't get a hit, so I know it's not a hit. Does he walk here? I don't remember. I think it's a sack fly.
8-7.
One of those was a strike. It's impossible to tell what's a strike and what's a ball. On the run, nice catch. Nice catch on the run. I mean, it wasn't the most difficult catch in the world, but that's a nice catch. But they have solid outfielders. Like, yeah, you're right. You're playing Click. You're playing Johnson Matthey. You're playing Unisys. Like, although all their outfielders make plays, but maybe Click and Johnson Matthey, like, they're not making that play. But these guys are. Like, so a 2-run score there. What does Wage do here? I don't remember. I do not remember. Oh. I must have missed that at the time. Wait, just like a long day at the office. Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. Alright, BK. Where's BK? I think BK just, like, can a corn fly out here? I don't remember. No. Yeah. People were like, it's gone. I was like, no, dude, he missed that one, too. He missed that one. But that's the thing. I think against Cedar Hollow, especially on Field B, is, like, I would say to BK, just, like, yeah, obviously swing out of your shoes like you always do, but try to hit it on the ground. Like, nobody wants to field a BK ground ball. Nobody wants to field a Wage ground ball. You just don't. You just let it go. It's survival. You want to live. You want to win these games, but you also want to live and see tomorrow. So you're not gonna put your body in front of that. I mean, the ground's freaking asphalt anyway. So the likelihood of you fielding it clean and then throwing somebody out with those guys, it's not high. It's not high. I mean, you can where somebody just gets lucky and it goes in their glove. But here's my guy Butch K, just wearing Tom out. Butch is the perfect foil for Tom, which is like a dude who's steady as shit, unflustered, knows exactly what he wants to do, like unbothered by any bullshit, like been here a million times, like He's really cool. He's taking till he gets a strike. Like he's gonna make Tom work. He's not trying to be a hero. He's like, all right, okay, I've seen it. What are you gonna do, Tom? And then he's gonna swing with 2 strikes. And there you go, low line drive. That is, unless you're playing him in short field and you know where he's gonna hit it, that's impossible to defend. And that's Butch K. And there's like a certain philosophy behind that, which is there's a certain softball philosophy, which is take until you get to a strike, because you might get a walk if the pitcher can't consistently throw strikes, and you're going to be able to hit with 2 strikes anyway, because they're throwing a big yellow ball freaking 11 miles an hour. DePrinzio gets lucky there. He misses that. If he misses it a little less, it's an out. And I think he gets a hit. I think he gets a hit here. I don't think we get him out. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I said earlier in the game, is like, these guys aren't all Fields hitters. Butch is. I've seen Butch go back up the middle, and he can. But DePrinzio is not, and their center fielder's not. It's like it's left field or it's right field. And it's really right field. Like that's not in the gap. Like that's not him going up the middle. Does Jim Wentz even play in this game? I guess not. Jim Wentz is like, I'm down, guys. We gotta win. I can't put myself in. We gotta win. And I think that's something to be learned. If we're facing DePrinzio again, we're gonna see the center fielder, and he's very reliable. I don't think I don't remember him ever missing a game. But like, they're not this myth that they're all Fields, and they are not. Like, there are a couple guys that truly are, which is they can hit it to left, they can hit it to left center. They're going to look at where you're playing, they're going to look where the ball's pitched, and they're going to hit it where you're not. But DePrinzio is not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. Like, I'm not trying to discount. He's a very good player. He's very good. But he's going to hit it like he's clear pull or he's clear right field, because they step back and they just adjust their timing. Like, they're not going to, they're not going to inside out a ball. So now we got Kenny up. We got to get her out. Like, you can't, number 12, like, that's got to be an out. Shit. Kenny? Yeah, that could have been caught. I don't know. But he throws her out anyway, so who cares? No, and you honestly could have doubled up Ken. I mean, you couldn't have. You really couldn't have, but it seemed like there was a faint chance of that, which is hilarious. Ken was frustrated. It didn't matter. He catches that with his back to the field. They're tagging up anyway, so you're essentially in the same position. A better one, actually, because you're first and third instead of... Actually, maybe not. You're first and second instead of first and third. And then double play. Nice play by BK and then Jared on the turn. So that was a good job. That's a good inning. I think that's your goal, is a run and a quarter. Per inning. Like every third or fourth inning they get 2 runs. But like, you hold them to 1 run, that's a good job. I mean, we are just freaking in this thing right now. This is a long game. A long game.
There, I had a sack.
I think I'm up here. I think he says 1 Kenny. Yep, he throws the modified in. And then it's me. The first one here I hit pathetically foul, I believe, and it was like embarrassing. Like I'm so far behind it. I'm lucky that I hit it onto the other field. I waste the pitch basically. Yep, terrible. 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 Embarrassing. Brew getting a drink here, bro. Brew's a little thirsty. He's keeping a good book. Brew kept one of the best books of the year. Probably kept the best book of the year. Unlike me, I saw a lot of pitches against Ken. You know, I wasn't just... Sometimes I'm a little too aggressive. That wasn't the case here. Everyone says I hit this well. Oh yeah, I hit that one foul. I wanted that to be fair. I liked that ball. He threw that in. Because he's a 3-2 count, so then he's going to throw you something you want. He knows I want it inside and I want to pull it. And so he gave me that. But I got to keep that fair. I mean, we never tested this third baseman at all. Who knows? This guy could have been a freaking joke. We didn't hit one ball at third baseman. You're like, oh, that was pretty deep. It was alright. If they catch it, it's not a good hit. Period. And I'm like, fuck, dude. What are you doing? You suck. That's what I'm saying to myself. Fuck. Decent play by him. Again, I don't have the luxury of replay. I hit it okay. I don't think I hit it great. Tim. Does Tim stay hot here? I think he does. I think Tim stays hot here. Here's the other thing too, is like we're gonna face Ken again, and everyone needs to just settle in and relax, like, and just you're gonna get used to hitting him. Tim's staying hot. Tim had a really good day at the plate. Like, Tim gives Ken problems, I think. You wish Tom took Tim's approach, which is just freaking pull everything hard and hit it, you know, on a line. Like, hitting into the gaps against this team is tough because they play you so deep. And unless you absolutely annihilate it, they're going to catch it. Like, the ball that I hit wasn't bad, but it wasn't good enough because they're playing you deep. And a couple guys can move. Mance, back again. Double play? No. Another error. That's the guy's third error, arguably. So, he's a player. But he's almost too energetic, this guy. So that put Mance on second. Yeah, you're on second, Christian. Go. We're courtesy running with Christian. You got young legs out there. Could have been a double play, Mance. Mance unhappy with himself. Sean, I think Sean gets a hit here. Yeah, Sean had a good day. Sean was 3 for 4, I think. When it was all said and done. And then I think JR gets out. I think JR just hits a line drive to DiPrenzio for an out. He hits it pretty hard, but the sad truth is, if JR hits it as hard as he can, and they're playing him decent depth, they're just going to catch it, and they don't have to go back too far. Like if someone tries to be hyper strategic against JR and plays him like, oh, all this guy does is hit low line drives and you play him super short, JR can pop one over your head. But if you play him at like regular, respectable man depth, he's just gonna hit. Like if JR barrels one, he's just gonna hit it for an out. That's the honest truth. And that's what happens right here. He doesn't even move. He's right on it. It's an easy play. Saving Caroline is about to hit a fucking bomb in the next inning. She's about to fucking hit that ball to the fucking line. And then the guy makes the play. It was fucking weird. So we scored one. That was the spot that hurt us. Was All right, we got one there, and then I think in the next inning we don't score. At that point, I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. We have a lead. Um, I'm like, all right, we're there with them. We just gotta keep playing. Um, didn't happen, but that's what I thought. Fucking Tom. Tom, what was it, 7 warm-up pitches? This fucking guy. If I'm the ump, I'm like, dude, get your fucking ass going. Oh, yeah, that was a good pitch, Tom. Where the fuck was that? Alright, Steve, back up. Steve's kid almost was murdered in the first game. Like, the little guy was playing short. For the second baseman was playing short. And he almost killed Steve's kid. Thank God he didn't. And that was my heart sunk when that little kid got hit. I honestly felt sick. Nice play by Tom. That's a really nice play. Nice play. Steve's a tough out. He's a really, really tough out because he barreled that ball. I mean, essentially, Tom made a really nice play. But
Play over last time.
so Steve's going back up the middle. So Steve's kind of refuting what I'm saying about him. But predominantly he's left field or right field. But you got to pitch him out. Like pitch him in. Pitch him to left field. Pitch him in. Pitch all these guys in. Make it hard to go oppo. Yeah, and then he popped that. Theron almost made the play. And then Theron with a fucking gun, dude. That guy scores on a cut, probably. Like, Wager's like, cut, and Theron freaking fires the shit out of that thing. And holds him to a triple. That guy's killing us right now. So here's the other thing philosophically, which is Tom's pitching around Corey, their shortstop, who's up after this guy, because he walks him 2 or 3 times in this game. But the guy to walk was that guy. And let Corey hit. Fuck it. Because honestly, the other thing too is like this was an informational data game. Like, what data did we gather from Corey? None, really. He hit a hard ball that Wage caught, I think, and that was it. But I don't know anything else. Like, I don't know anything else about Corey. So, in this game, this wasn't make or break the season. Like, I would have attacked everyone. I think, and so, because I'd rather have information for August versus, like, yeah, whatever. Stupid, but. What happens with this guy? This guy sucks. This guy's shown me nothing. He's shown me absolutely nothing. He's hitting third for them. He's having a rough day. Maybe he just can't hit Tom. No one on our team's faced Tom. I have because I've done like live BP with Tom before. And what does he do here? Oh yeah, going back. Yeah, he didn't hit that well. This guy's like 1 for 4 or whatever. Dude, acting like he's good. He'll probably play us the next game and freaking hit 2 home runs and just hit missiles all over the place, and I'm talking trash. Alright, nobody on for Corey. What happens here? If he walks him with nobody on, that's fucking dumb. Okay. Up over Sean's head. Oh, there were 2 over Sean's head. Dude, Corey's fast, man. Maybe wishes he had that throw back because he would have been out at home. Okay, so I lied. I apologize, Tom. We did get information. He has power to all fields. That's what I just learned. So I apologize, Tom. And then this guy pops it over my head. This is a fucking... Don't they have 2 outs? This is a fucking 2-out inning? Or is there 1 out right now? I don't know. Whatever. But then this guy finally... So this is why... this is a recency bias because he hits 1 over my head and then the next inning he makes the catch of his fucking life. So I'm like, this guy's a god. But he was 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 going up into this at bat. Yeah, and he hits it over my head. After the next pitch. I'm like, yo, this dude's dead pull. everything I've seen from him, he's Deadpool, which he is. Like, he's Deadpool. I think the mistake here, if we see this guy again, I know how to play him. You play Sean over too, or whoever the other outfielder is. You play me and Theron. You play Theron or whoever. You play your left center fielder deep, and then you play left field. What happened there? Oh, I caught it. I caught it. It was the sinking ball that I caught. Dude, this guy didn't have that good of a game. What am I worried about playing this guy? This guy's 1 for 4. Who cares? But anyway, I know how to play him because you play left field to the line. Like, hug the line. Because you might catch a foul ball, too. Like, it's just barely foul. You play him to the line and mid to the line, so you're taking away that like line, that hard pulled line drive, and then you play your left center fielder deep to take away him hitting one to the wall, and then you play what would be your right center fielder in like very very slight left center field. I mean center left field, like barely left field, but like enough, because that guy's not hitting anything opposite field, and if he does, it's gonna be one of the classic like just hitting it to right field. He's not gonna hit one up the middle, and he's not gonna hit one to right center. Caroline freaking crushed, dude. Annihilated. Over the shoulder is a great catch. That sucks, dude. I'm like, dude, they fucking murdered that. I'm not happy about it. Oh, my insides don't feel good after that. God damn it. Jay hair. Jack's Harrington. I don't remember what happens here. I think she pops up, but I don't remember. It's hard. It's hard being a woman in this league. Like I'm ready. I'm excited every time a girl's up because I'm like, you're not gonna hit over my head, and I'm gonna either run in hard and catch it, or you're gonna hit it to me on it for an easy out. That's what you think as an outfielder in this league. Infield, it's a little different, but as an outfielder, you're ready to feast pretty much. Theron crushes that, and then he misplays this, and it gets by him. Now look. It would have been bang bang, but the throw was offline and she would have missed it. Because the throw was offline and the pressure of it, she wouldn't have caught it. You could have scored him, but otherwise, if it was a good throw, he would have been out by 6 steps. So it was a good hold. Theron wasn't. He was slowing up in the third anyway. Dude, I have the widest hips. Look at how wide my hips are. Jeez. Dude, it's hard to have a V taper when you have freaking hips that wide. Tom. I mean, that wasn't that great of a play by that guy. He turned himself around a little bit. Tom, good game so far, huh? I'm kidding, but I'm not. It's the same shit. Like, what Tom's running into right now is what this was multiple years against Ken, which is why I literally changed my entire approach this season specifically for Cedar Hollow, which is all I do is hit line drives to left field, and yeah, I'd hit them good, but they play you deep enough, and unless I'm going to hit it out, which I'm not, everyone knows I'm not, they're outs, and that's what's happening to Tom right now. So it's like, Tom, could you hit a home run? Yes. Have I seen you hit a home run before? Yes. But the likelihood of you hitting a home run is, in a game against Cedar Hollow, I would say is probably less than 3%. So you got to change your approach. That's the self-reflection that needs to be done there. Like the idea of like crushing a line drive to the gap, like their team philosophy is do not allow extra base hits, and they will concede. They'll concede every low line drive because everyone does. There's nothing you can do about them. And they'll all right, if you blue pit us, you blue pit us. It is what it is. And they figure everyone's going to be all pumped up and testosterone up, and you're just going to hit into them, which is what our top 3 hitters basically did. What? It is what it is. But we're still in a position right now. He's their third baseman, I believe, who I have no respect for because I didn't see him do anything in this game. Productive. And I'm right. He sucked. He sucked. He sucked, and the left-handed guy that I've never seen before, they killed them. Like, those guys, if those guys hit, we would have had a lot of problems. But this, you look at how he's walking up the field, he's like, God damn it. I'm glad they brought this guy out. Jim Wentz would have been better than that guy. Because we didn't hit a ball to third. So this is what I talk about too. It's like, you could have put Scott Rowland at third. It wouldn't have mattered. Like, we weren't at Butch up the middle, all fields, dude. Just, you ain't touching that. Scott Rowland's at third. Nobody was getting, like, Cedar Hollow could have put Scott Rowland at third. We didn't hit a ball to him. So, or you could have put a freaking 5-year-old girl at third. It would have been the same thing. Nobody would have had to make a play. We never tested the third baseman. And, I tried and I missed, and then it is what it is. I don't know what the fuck, Tom. I remember in the field, I was like, are you fucking kidding? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with that? Like, just why don't you throw the ball overhand into freaking field C as far as you can with that pitch? Like, DePrinzio booted. Yeah, it's bad, Wade. That's bad. There was nothing, I don't think there's anything too particularly difficult about that. What do I know? I'm not playing the infield, but it's given Wage's skill set. I think should that play be made by I was gonna say Unisys a shortstop, of course. Unisys shortstop's good. Is that play made by Click shortstop? Probably not. Should that play be made by Wage? Yeah. I think she flies out to me here. Yeah. Not a particularly hard catch. And this is what I mean, like, she probably felt like she hit that ball well, but I only went back like 3 steps, and it's just hard. It's really hard. Ken. Ooh. Triple for Ken Mathers, a 60-year-old dude. Jesus. Then Tim wants to have that one back. And then this is where the inning just kind of gets away from us. Tim got caught in between on that, and it happens. I mean, if the ball gets by you, it's bad, and that's what happened there. Given the base runners, you probably would have preferred obviously, in hindsight, you prefer the conservative move. I mean, he catches that, the inning's over, so there's that. But it is what it is. They scored 2 runs. What does Danielle do? I don't remember. Does she get a hit here? Like, I think she does. I think she gets a hit here. That's freaking killer. That's absolutely killer. Oh, yeah, because it gets caught in my shirt. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm, like, worried about Danielle taking 2. And then it's problems. Because these are 2 guys he has 1 out on these 2 guys right now. Right now, they're 7 for 8. These 2 guys, and the 1 out, it was a freaking missile line drive back at Tom. That's what these guys are doing. Your top 2 hitters. So it wasn't just it's tough. That's tough. And then he goes right field here, I think. I don't know what he's looking for, but he gets it. Oh, fuck. Didn't, yeah. Yeah, okay. So that was our first, that should have been our first out against Steve. Steve got lucky as shit. It sucks. Is what it is. Jim Wentz is ready to coach third now. He's like, oh, this could be a big game for us. Fuck. It sucks. This felt worse than it was because we're still 2 outs, first and third. Those 2 runs scored on Ken either way. I think it was just like the pressure of the situation, and we weren't able to be clear-headed. I think this guy does the same thing. I think he goes to right field here. Wapa, he does, and that was a tough play. And then he's another triple. I mean, that guy killed us. Period. If there's a guy to walk every time, it was him, because he was 5 for 5. I think, is he had his 5th at bat. And he had 3 triples. I mean, he's got like that guy had like 12 total bags against us. I mean, he was one of the reasons they won the game. And then this inning just goes to shit from here. His triple there ended the game pretty much emotionally. I mean, we're only down 4, and I think we ended up getting 3 in the next inning, but people were flat, and then Wage, I don't know. That's why I told you that lefty did not do much, dude. He did not do much. That was bang bang. Wage just threw that ball away. It was bang bang either way. Now he's on. I mean, now you're down 5. I think he's on second. Corey's up. I think he just intentionally walks Corey here. Which I guess I'm fine with. He's trying to keep it close, but I'm just done. Like, I'm just like, oh, this game, we're fucked. It's over. I mean, it's not over because you're only down 5. But it kind of is what it is. Oh, and now this guy pops it over my head. So this guy's 1 for 4 right now. So, I totally misremembered this guy's game. And then he hits it over my head because I'm just convinced that he's going to hit a line drive at me. He doesn't. I'm on my horse immediately. Play it third. Yeah. It's not probably like that back. I mean, the play third, yeah, you would have liked to have him out, but 2 other runs already scored, so you're down 7. He scores and the inning's over after this. I think they get 8. They get 8. Here's the guy who why is this guy hitting here? This is probably his only hit of the whole game. Does Butch get up again? Butch and their second baseman. I think the second baseman's name's Mark. If Butch gets up again, he gets another hit. And he and that guy go 10 for 10. What happens here? Out. Inning over. Okay.
Everybody get a single.
That guy sucked. I mean, that guy didn't get a hit. That guy saved us. Shit, because that guy gets on, Butch gets another hit. That's 2 more runs. I mean, the game's not done because we have the capability of getting an 8, 9, 10 run inning, but you know, the way that this plays out, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. It's slow pitch softball, so you can have an 8 or 9 run 2 out rally. So I don't want to act like you need to get all your runs without any outs to like keep the pressure off. But BK barrels a ball in his at bat, and it just It's right at the center fielder, Steve. And that sucks. So Wage, what does Wage do here? Does he walk? I think he walks. I don't remember. But I mean, the information that you have to take away from this game is you have to know how Ken pitches you. You have to know your sequence. I couldn't even see that. I guess he hits the third baseman who I said wasn't good and didn't make a play, essentially. And then, yeah. So I'm like, all right, there's a possibility here, slight. At this point, I'm like, there's a slight possibility. BK gets a hit if I get a hit, and then we just keep going. I mean, that got to him in a second. God, hit right at him. That sucks. It just was right at him. And then I just hit like a flare. I think it was like a flare to right center here. Because they're playing me so deep. Because they play everyone deep. This is an easy play if you're not playing me that deep. Yeah, he's playing me super deep. That's not a hard play at all. And that's why I'm missing. Not a good day. Not a good day. Not a good day for me either. Like I didn't do anything particular to help us win or overcome. And then Tim fucking annihilates this ball. Wage gets a terrible read on that. He's like, I didn't know. I was like, dude, he fucking hits the wall. Been bad. Boom. Danielle was like, Ray, look up. Again, nice person. Because she didn't want me to get hit. Again, nice person. Man scores him, I believe. Yeah, she sucked. Nice play, dude. Dude. Tom's hitting balls to the freaking, good outfielders, and you have her playing first base, and she just tanks a routine play. Like, that's a routine rounder. She just tanks. And all you have to do is pound the ball at her. Oh, God. He could have gone 4 for 4. That is a different game. Sean, 4 for 5 or 3 for 4? 3 for 4? I don't know. Good job, Sean. And then JR. Does JR keep this going? No. There was only one out at that point, which I didn't know. That actually would have been a big... If he gets a hit there and then base is loaded... Because Caroline gets a hit here. Caroline does such a good job of, like, keeping her weight back and weight transfer. She does a really, really good job of that. That's why she always hits it hard. Boom. And again, look at the first baseman. Tank job. Like, know the personnel, guys. Like, good job, Caroline. Yeah, JR getting a hit there would have been freaking huge. Would have been huge. Because now your base is loaded. Another run scores. Tying runs at the plate. With one out, and if Jackie doesn't hit into a double play in that spot, which I guess she probably would have if that was the result, but game over, we lose. See you in 10 days.
I got Peter's waiting, Mark.